Do you think measuring data quality is important? It is, because you can't improve what you can't measure. Okay, let's agree it's important. Do you think measuring data quality would be easier? It might seem straightforward, but assessing it accurately can be a real puzzle. In this video, we'll talk about how data quality is measured and what is the significance of measuring it. Let's dive in. Say, for instance, you see the name Bob Smith twice in your database. Are there really two individuals out there? Or did someone mistakenly enter more than once? High quality data helps to eliminate such uncertainties, ensuring that each entity is represented uniquely and correctly. Similarly, imagine you have a customer record that says Bob Smith, Waterloo. Without knowing the country, is the data complete? Not really. That way, it's not easy to figure out if your data is reliable or not. You can't just look at one thing and decide. Say, for instance, if you're looking at people's health data, you want to make sure it's complete, correct, and easy to find. But if you're trying to sell things, you need to know that your customer information is right and is consistent everywhere. So, relying on just one measure is not enough to assess the data quality. Various data quality dimensions help you focus on the important details for your specific needs. So, what are data quality dimensions? They are the different factors that help measure how good your data is. Each dimension looks at a specific aspect of the data, and you can assess, interpret, and improve them individually. When you put these dimensions together, they give you a better overall picture of how suitable your data is for its intended purpose. Let's see the key dimensions of data quality: accuracy, completeness, consistency, validity, uniqueness, integrity, and timeliness. Let's look at each of these. Accuracy. Accuracy is all about making sure your data reflects real-life facts, like having the right phone number to contact someone, or making sure birth dates are correct so people don't miss out on benefits. Accuracy is crucial because inaccurate data can lead to mistakes like sending shipments to the wrong address or calculating incorrect payments. So it's important to verify data against trusted sources to ensure it reflects reality as closely as possible. Completeness. Completeness means having all the important info you need. Like if you're ordering something online, you'd want to know the delivery time, right? If the detail is missing, the data is not complete. Having complete data is important because it ensures that the information is sufficient to make informed decisions. Consistency. Consistency checks if data is the same no matter where you look. For example, a phone number should match across all systems. It shouldn't be existing with international code in one place and not in another. Maintaining consistency is important because it ensures the data is reliable and can be trusted. When data is consistent, you know that it's correct everywhere it is used, which helps avoid mistakes in reports, decisions, and thereby processes. Validity. It is a data quality dimension that checks if the data fits within the required format or rules for a specific context. In other words, it ensures that the data is accurate and appropriate based on certain criteria. For example, a zip code must have the correct number of digits for its location, or a date must follow the right format like DD, MM, YYYY. If data does not meet these rules, it's considered invalid, which can lead to errors. Validity is important because it makes sure the data is useful and aligns with the standards needed for accurate processing. Uniqueness. Uniqueness makes sure there are no duplicates. Like you don't want to accidentally bill the same person twice because their data was entered more than once. Thus, uniqueness is important because it prevents duplication, which helps keep your data clean and reliable. When data is unique, you can trust that each entry represents a distinct entity without any repetition. Integrity. Integrity keeps data accurate and linked as it moves through different systems. Imagine a customer's address staying connected to their profile no matter where it's stored. To elaborate, the data integration process involves processing data through multiple layers, right from landing layer to the final presentation layer. Throughout the data processing, data needs to be reconciled with its source. Maintaining data integrity ensures that all related data stays properly linked and trustworthy. Timeliness. Timeliness is about having up-to-date data when you need it. In finance, for instance, having the latest numbers is key to making the right decision. All in all, these dimensions are like a toolkit for keeping your data in top shape. From avoiding duplicates to ensuring information is up to date, each one helps make sure your data is reliable and ready to use. And remember, you can't improve what you can't measure. Hope you got the clarity on what the data quality dimensions are. See you in the next one. We are going to discuss an interesting concept, the difference between dimensions and metrics in data quality. People often mix up data quality dimensions and data quality metrics, but they're actually quite different. In today's episode, we'll dive into what sets them apart and break it all down for you. If you have seen my previous video on data quality dimensions, you're already familiar with the basics. If not, I would highly recommend to watch it before you continue with this. By end of this video, you'll get clarity on what are data quality metrics, how these are different from dimensions, and how dimensions and metrics work hand in hand along with examples. Let's begin with a quick recap on data quality dimensions. They are the different factors that help measure the data quality. The key dimensions are completeness, to ensure all necessary data is present; accuracy, to make sure the data reflects real-world values; consistency, to keep data uniform across systems; timeliness, to guarantee data is up to date and available when needed; validity, to make sure data conforms to defined formats and rules. Next, uniqueness, to ensure no duplicate data exists within the dataset; integrity, to ensure data remains accurate, consistency, and properly linked across systems. These are the different dimensions that guide us on what to monitor for highest data quality. Now let's see what the data quality metrics are and how they are different. Metrics are quantifiable ways we measure those dimensions. If a dimension tells you what to look at, metrics tell you how well we are doing. Let's take an analogy to keep it simple. Think of maintaining data quality as part of maintaining a healthy fitness routine. To stay in shape, you focus on different areas like cardio to reduce body fat, strength training to tone your body, and a balanced diet for proper nutrition. These are your different focus areas, right? Which you aim to achieve regularly. But how do you know if you're making progress with your fitness goals or not? That's where metrics come in. You track specific measures like body weight to see fat loss as a result of cardio, muscle tone or strength levels for your strength training progress, overall health and immunity as a reflection of your balanced diet. In this analogy, dimensions mean cardio, strength training, and balanced diet that represent the overall quality goals you set for fitness, like data quality dimensions such as completeness, accuracy, consistency, etc. Whereas metrics like body weight, strength training, health are the measurable values that help you understand if you are on track and achieving those goals. Just as you need to monitor your body's health using metrics, organizations monitor their data using data quality metrics to assess how well their data aligns with the quality dimensions. Some common metrics corresponding to these dimensions include error rate, the percentage of data that is incorrect or invalid; data availability percentage, how much data that is missing; inconsistency rate, number of conflicting records across datasets; data latency, delays in data availability; duplicates rate, percentage of duplicate records; data reconciliation error rate, percentage of number of broken links between related datasets. Now let me elaborate how dimensions and metrics work together. If your focus is on accuracy or validity, a metric that you can measure is error rate. This tells you how many incorrect entries or invalid entries exist in your dataset. For example, in a sales department, the accuracy dimension could be tracked with a metric like percentage of incorrect customer records or percentage of invalid customer emails. If a company has a high error rate, it knows that its customer database needs improvement. For completeness dimension, you might track it with a metric like data availability percentage, which indicates how much data is present compared to what is required. Example, in an e-commerce system, completeness can be monitored by tracking percentage of missing shipping addresses. If 5% of customer orders lack this information, the company knows it needs to improve data quality during checkout. For consistency, you could use the inconsistency rate as a metric, which identifies conflicting records across multiple datasets. Example, in a banking system, consistency could be tracked by checking for conflicting account balances across regional systems. If 2% of balances differ between systems, it's a red flag for the IT team to investigate data synchronization issues. To measure data latency, you would track data latency, which highlights delay in the availability of data. Example, in a financial reporting system, data latency could be measured by tracking the time delay in transaction data availability. If transaction records are delayed by more than 2 hours, it could impact real-time reporting. For uniqueness, you can track the duplicates rate, which measures the percentage of duplicate records within your dataset. Example, in a marketing system, uniqueness can be measured by tracking the percentage of duplicate customer profiles. A 3% duplication rate indicates the need for data deduplication efforts. If integrity is your focus, a metric like data reconciliation error rate would help monitor the percentage of number of broken links between the related datasets. This ensures proper relationships across systems. Example, in a supply chain system, integrity could be tracked by monitoring the percentage of orders with missing product information across databases. If 1% of orders can't be linked to their corresponding products, it signals a failure in data integrity between systems. To summarize the key differences between dimensions and metrics, dimensions are qualitative while metrics are quantitative. Dimensions help us assess what to monitor, while metrics tell us how much or how well. Dimensions give context, while metrics offer performance tracking. You can't have one without the other if you want a solid grasp of your data quality. All in all, tracking the right metrics for key dimensions gives you a clear view of the data's performance and where improvements are needed. As the saying goes, you can't improve what you can't measure. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more insights on data quality and other topics in the data world.